My name is Laura Jennings, and this is the story of how motherhood tested me in ways I never expected, pushed me to my limits, and in the process, taught me what strength truly looks like. I live in Knoxville, Tennessee, a place where neighbors still wave, the seasons are beautiful, and life moves at a pace that lets you breathe. Most of the time, I was a nurse, married to a mechanic named Chris. We had a modest home, a golden retriever, and a 6-year-old boy named Ethan, whose laughter could lift the heaviest day. My life was normal, predictable, ordinary, until it wasn't. It started with a fever. Ethan had always been a healthy, energetic boy, but one Tuesday night, he woke up with a high fever that wouldn't go down. His cheeks were flushed, and his energy was gone. I took him to the doctor the next morning, assuming it was the flu, but the test came back negative. More tests followed: blood work, scans, consultations. Each step brought more questions, fewer answers. Then the phone rang. I'll never forget the way the doctor's voice dropped when he said the word leukemia. Everything in my world froze. I couldn't cry. I couldn't even speak. I just looked at Ethan playing with his toy truck in the waiting room, completely unaware of how his life, and mine, had just changed forever. The weeks that followed were a whirlwind of hospital visits, treatment plans, and long nights that blurred into longer days. Chris tried to stay strong, but I could see it in his eyes: fear, doubt, exhaustion. Ethan asked me once, "Am I going to lose my hair?" I smiled and said, "You'll still be the coolest kid I know." He nodded. "Okay, can I draw racing stripes on my head then?" We both laughed, but inside, I was breaking. One night, after a long hospital shift, followed by sitting with Ethan for hours during chemo, I came home and collapsed on the kitchen floor. I remember whispering, "I can't do this." I felt so alone. But then I heard the ding of my phone. It was a message from my mom. Just 5 words: "You're stronger than you know." I don't know why those words hit so hard, but they did, and something in me decided, I may be tired, but I'm not quitting. I changed my schedule, took unpaid leave, turned our living room into a makeshift classroom so Ethan could keep learning when he felt up to it. I read everything I could about nutrition, holistic support, and emotional care for kids with cancer. I became a mother, a nurse, a teacher, a researcher. But most of all, I became a fighter. Not just for Ethan, but for myself. Over time, we found a rhythm. Good days, bad days. Hair loss, soreness, but also hope. Ethan started drawing again, pictures of dragons and astronauts and superheroes. Once, he drew a picture of me with a cape and said, "You're like Iron Mom." That became my new name. Chris and I had our hard days. There were arguments, tears, silence. But through it all, we clung to one thing: Ethan's smile. It was our anchor. Then, after 9 months of treatment, we got the call we'd been praying for: remission. I dropped the phone and cried. Not soft tears, not graceful tears, but the kind of cry that empties you out, the kind that makes space for something new. Ethan rang the bell at the hospital that Friday, surrounded by nurses and doctors who had become like family. He wore a superhero cape. We had cupcakes and music and dancing in the hallway. And I remember thinking, this is what victory looks like: not medals, not awards, but a tired mom watching her brave son laugh again. It's been 3 years. Ethan is 10 now. He plays soccer. He builds Lego cities in our basement. He still calls me Iron Mom when he's feeling cheesy. I went back to work part-time, but my life will never be the same. Because now I understand something I never did before. Strength isn't loud, it's quiet. It's showing up when you're scared. It's choosing hope when fear is easier. It's being broken, but walking anyway.